we go. Technical glitch. We're good. Hello and welcome to Redefining the Significance of You Time for You, by you, because of you. My name is Denise Drinkwalter, and I'm a midlife renewal coach, supporting women worldwide to lean into and realize the importance of you. This channel aims to provide you, the viewer, with some takeaways that will help you shift, change, reevaluate, and or become more aware of what is possible for you. We have a variety of incredible guests sharing their life experiences that have helped them become the amazing human beings that they are today. Every one of us has had that infamous free time where sometime in our lives we feel guilty, embarrassed, and or wrong for taking out time for ourselves. Well, we are here to support you to change that and show you what is possible for you when you take time for you, by you, because of you. It is an honor and a privilege to introduce Ren Robertz, a superstar in the world of business and online success. Ren started her journey into business when she was just 18 years old. Now, as a CEO and business coach, she's achieved incredible things and learned a lot along the way. Starting her own company at just 19, Ren has become a leader in the digital world. She's helped many people start and grow their online businesses. Over the past 18 years, Ren hasn't just focused on her own success. Her first business, now 16 years old, supports many families and employees. She's also helped over 1 million people have amazing experiences through an entertainment company. But Ren's mission isn't just about making money. She wants to help others succeed online as well. By coaching and guiding her clients, she helps them overcome the challenges of using technology for their businesses, whether it's making sales, getting leads, or managing their businesses smoothly. Ren's strategies help people thrive in this digital age. Welcome to the show. It's so great to have this conversation.
Thank you so
How
much
are
for
you?
fantastic, and I'm so glad to be here with you, Denise.
Oh, it's my pleasure. The gray hair is real, and I used to think that I was, pretty involved and knew about technology. I cannot keep up. I cannot keep up. And I don't know if you find that the clients and the people that you support struggle with the amount of information that's out there, and how do you get a handle on it, and how do you do this business thing, because business is different than it used to be when you started 19 years ago, I suspect. So what types of things do you find people come to you with their biggest challenges?
What I hear a lot of is about tech overwhelm. So you alluded to that perfectly. Like there are so many options. And, at least in a traditional brick and mortar business, you think, okay, I will rent a space. I will put some stuff in the space. I will hire some people. And, I need a cash register and a bank account. And it's like there's tangible things. So when you go to have a business online, there's so many of these parts that you don't see. And then there's so many choices. And the core of it is, what software do you choose? Well, how do you software date? What do you know? And then that's where the overwhelm really starts to come in. And sadly, analysis paralysis for a lot of people.
Yeah. So do you find that taking a client who comes with all of that and like help, like what do I need to do? Is there a process that you support them to go through, or is it independent on what the needs are? How does that kind of work?
Yeah. Well, what I love is to keep it very simple. So a lot of people come
Mm,
with overwhelm and there's so many options and choices. I was like, I don't care the software you use. Yes, I can give you advice on my favorites. I've tested a zillion and I don't care the software. There's just basic principles. And when we think about, like, say, a website, well, they're all going to have a homepage. There's all going to be some text on the page. There's going to be a button. And so when you break it down and you understand these principles, I'm like, you can drop me into basically any software out there. And since I know the principles, I can start to navigate it a lot easier. And it's like I have this, internal roadmap of, oh, I know how to build a page, or I know what something of a structure looks like. And that's where it's applicable to any business. And so it's
mm,
just making sense of these online business, these core principles. And one of the things is email. As a business, most likely you're going to get email. And nowadays, when we're talking about having online sales or even people downloading your free gift and getting on your list, all of that equals an email transaction. And a lot of times it's more than one email transaction. And so that's where part of the overwhelm might be you're drowning in emails. And so pulling these little simple stages, I'm like, this is where I can run multiple businesses or start businesses overnight. I know a few core things and the rest is very replicatable. And also, I love to build businesses. And the goal here is I'm building a business and not a job. I want to be an owner and not self employed. And so it's having that bigger vision. And when I am building something, I might wear all the hats, though I don't intend to wear them all forever. And that's the key on how I'm building things and teaching
ooh,
others to do it.
I love that. You said something in there that I think is really a beautiful way for us to pull together with the how they do things for themselves, by themselves, because of themselves, and giving back time to themselves. So what you are doing is building a business, not necessarily a self-employed. Explain that again. Really dig into that with us, will you please?
One of my favorite topics. And so I have to say, when I was 15, I was handed the book Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. And in there, he talks about this aspect of that there's two ways that people make money, or there's only two ways to earn money: people at work or money at work. And that emphasized, and what I learned and studied through that is a lot of people will teach you and they think passive income and it's through real estate or it's through investments. And where my heart and soul is in business. And so it's, where can we get our business to generate the money for us, whether we're working or not? And that's the distinction between self employed. If you remove yourself from the business for a positive reason, maybe a vacation, or a negative, a health challenge, or a birth or a death of the family. So it's like when you need your time back, if your business is not able to grow and or pay you while you're gone, then you are not a true business owner. You are actually self-employed and you're still in that working for money. And so it's that leap that I specialize in. Where is it? And honestly, it's the thought process and it's the you time. Because if you're not investing in your growth, then there's just this escalation that you're not able to evolve to, because we have to update some programming and some beliefs like money is the root of all evil and money is bad. And instead, money is a tool and we can help people and use money to do that. And so it's these money systems of, we can use the internet to do this and it's pretty darn easy and it's effective and it lasts. And that's the beautiful part. The same principles that I was doing 18 years ago, building my first websites and businesses, the core is still the same. The softwares have evolved, though all the principles, all the core is still there. And chances are, same core in another 18 years.
Amazing. I love what you've just shared there because it absolutely dovetails into, does your business allow you the time that you need, when you need it, how you need it? Because that's giving back and that's that power of doing things for you, by you, because of you. So if you build it in the way that you show people how to build businesses, that will be a part of the results of the hard work that you put in at the beginning, right?
Yep. And a lot of people come in wanting the tech and the how to, and that's where it's
Yeah,
like we can highlight something with a certain color on our webpage. And if the intention behind it is a scarcity, I need this to work. I really need,
right.
and you're highlighting and building your page and doing all the tech. And then it's the person who's highlighting and doing the page saying, I am successful. This is my work.
Mm,
So that's where it's that internal saying, and that's where the same action can have completely different results.
absolutely. What I'm envisioning is the energy behind the work that you're doing. Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah, your purpose and your end. Oh, amazing. Tell me, why do you believe that joy is as important as financial freedom?
Hmm. Well, it is my company name. And I also have to state it didn't start that way. So the FFJ originally was Financial Freedom Journey. It was the documentating because, financial freedom, this idea that we can have our passive income or the money we're not actively working for be able to pay your bills. And then it's from that abundance that you grow. So I was like, cool, I got that from the study and the knowledge and all those books. Well, then through my own journey, after I sold my first company, then I realized that I had built it and got all the money, I got the success, and I hadn't fixed the joy
Mm,
part. So my core, honestly, childhood wounds and beliefs that I had bought about myself from silly events, honestly, and then the child construes it. I bought that I was bad. So all that success couldn't outweigh that belief that I'm bad. And that's when I had
mm.
to go and put its financial freedom and joy and go on that inner journey. And I literally went 10 days into the jungle by myself to really do that work. And that was what changed everything for me. And that's why I bring it in. We bring the money, we do the tech and the how to, and we bring in the internal and the joy. And that's where the fulfillment and legacy parts comes in.
I love that. Is there anything you've piqued my curiosity? 10 days in the jungle. Is there anything that you would love to share with our audience that you think would bring them a seed, a thought? I've never thought of that before. Let me think on that some more. Is there any learnings from that experience that you would love to share? I'm sure there's like so many, but
There's so I think the intuition, and there was just this sense of going in, and all of the parts came across at the most beautiful spot. And so I literally had followed my heart. I sold my business, I sold my belongings, my children went with my ex. So it was like I was in this odd, free, shedding state. So sometimes it's like you just have to shed. And then I followed my journey to Kauai, sight unseen, never been there. And then people kept talking about this valley at the end of an 8-mile 11
mm,
miles of grueling along the cliffs. And there's parts, if you fell, you were going to die.
done.
And just, and so it was like the physical realm of that was what actually now to look back on, it's like that emotional strength. I'm like, I came to this place called Crawler's Ledge, and it's the 7-mile marker. And it's this sheer hill, and you kind of have to zigzag, and then you get to the cliffs. And I had hired this hippie guide, a true, wonderful, beautiful hippie. And he said that he had taken dozens of people out on different trips. He even had a military guy get to the top of that, and he's like, nope. And he hiked back the 7 miles. And so when I went to do that, like I had fear and I sat and I scooted. I think I was probably his only scooter. And so I sat and I scooted across this entire hill. And so I think that, things might take longer. And there's been so much pressure
Mm,
on me to do things right or do things like other people, or, it should be faster. Oh, I have this success. I should be able to do it fast this time. And so it was like just that analogy of I had to sit and scoot across the hill And it was a very, very long time. The guide was definitely chuckling. And then I had to go through the fear of the sheer cliff. And it's about a quarter of a mile or more of sheer cliff. And it's a long enough to have like a, I forget, like a horse or something, like a very small little pack animal. And then I thought I was done. And I think that's a lot of times with us is we think, okay, I got past the hoof. So then at the 8-mile marker, my guide was like, yeah, you did it. You made it. It was that mile, the 7 to 8 mile, and then you have 3 miles further. Well, I decided to reward myself with a break because my guide would always go up ahead. So I sat down overlooking the ocean and enjoyed a moment. And then I realized that the sun was getting lower and lower, and my guide didn't come back. And I realized I was lost off the trail.
Ren.
And I ended up spending the entire night by myself in the jungle of Hawaii, and he had my tent. So I think in this story, it's like you think, in this moment, I realized no one on earth knew where I was. And I just had to trust. I had to trust I was going to be safe and not have a centipede climb into my neck. Like I had no protection, no tent. So it was just this thing. And then the next morning I woke up and I was angry. And I was so mad that I was left. And so it's just this part of the journey. And so like this physical thing, it's like to take upon, well, I stumbled and was so achy and 3 more miles to hike in. And then I find my tent set up for me. And I collapse. And the next that evening, the guide comes and he's like, oh, hey, how's it going? He had no idea I hadn't made it and I had spent the night. So then it's like, what do we make up? And I was so angry. And I wasn't forgotten. He had got me past the hard mark. He went and set up my tent. He thought I was fine. And so I think it's what we make up about ourselves. And so this experience, hopefully for you to share, is like, where do we make things up? And then we need to rely on ourselves to like get ourselves through it and love ourselves and to keep moving. And then once I got to that valley, that was another round of transformation.
Oh, I bet.
It never ends.
Wow. That was powerful, very powerful, because circumstances made its way to you so that you had nothing but yourself over the nighttime. And so there was lots of opportunity for things to happen in your mind as they did. And you got to decide what you were going to do with those thoughts. You got to do things for you, by you, because of you, as a result of your circumstances, right?
Exactly.
Amazing. Wow. I can only imagine the lifetime impact that journey has had on you and how many times it surfaces readily for you. And I'm sure that you also see in your clients where their struggles are, and maybe you can bring things to the table that they're unable to see as a result of your beautiful experiences that you've had along the way, business and personal, right? Exactly. I love that.
And part of the gift of that experience is while I was in that transformation, I had built my second business, got it outsourced, and somebody else, well, actually more than one person, I had a manager and assistants running that business while I was on that transformational journey.
So you do the walk, literally, in many ways.
So, and that's what I love to teach. And I'm like holding that vision that it's possible, that honestly, most people, because of our programming, is we think we need to work for money and we think we need to work hard and that there's a price to pay. There's some deserving. Maybe we need to be deserving of the life that we're visioning. And so it's holding this, that it is possible for you to have every single thing. And coming from that belief and knowing that I love this for you, by you, and because of you, because you matter and you are the one that's going to be bringing your dreams to life.
I love it. Beautiful. What a great comment to end on. You are so right. It is within your own power. And it doesn't mean you have to take that journey alone. There are people. Reach out to Ren. If any of this has you started to, I wonder, reach out. I believe we have your contact information in the show notes, so make sure you grab how to get a hold of Ren in the show notes, okay? And is there any other words of wisdom you would love to share with our audience before we say thank you and goodbye?
Yeah. Just that idea that passive income can come from your own passion and your own life's work. And that's where we get to just use technology in order to deliver that and do that for us in a more time saving capacity. And that's also the legacy aspect. Like I was able to take my grandma's life work, and now it's a website that continues to make money and help people even after she's passed.
I love that. Do you have that information in our show notes as well, that website, or no? If you don't, make
Oh,
sure that we put it in.
Oh, it's just a random one. You can go check it out. It's just sororitymom.com. So my
Okay.
grandma, she helps sorority women, like
Oh,
older
yes.
women discover a different career path. And so anyway, so that's my grandma's thing. Though what I do have in there is for your gift, it's a virtual toolbox for entrepreneurs. And there's some great goodies in there. There's some templates. And then there's also a link to one of my classes where I go more into some passive income ideas. And I would love to sit down with you all if it's something that interests you. And how can you have your business be able to make money for you without you always having to do everything?
I love that. Yes, that free gift is in there, and I took a sneak peek at it, and it is robust. It is full. I'm like, whoa, are you sure you want to give all that? But she does. So it is there. So grab that toolkit. It's really powerful. Thank you so much for that. If you are not subscribed to our channel, make sure that you subscribe, because we have these beautiful guests like Ren, who have got so much to share with you in ways to help you see the importance of yourself, for you, by you, because of you, and giving that time back guilt-free is ultimately our goal. The other thing that I want to share with everyone, hot off the presses, I don't know whether you can see that, but my newest guided journal for empowered women. I loved the cover. I had support helping get that cover ready. And I am doing a book launch for this on Saturday at 4 p.m. So I am so excited about this book. I have people who have already started to use it and said it's changing lives. So the idea of taking time for you, by you, because of you is now supported as well through this journal that you can get at Amazon in any country. Just type my name in and you will find it. Thank you so much, Ren, for your time. Grab her free gift. Share this with friends. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed. And we will see you again. Thanks again, Ren. Have a wonderful day.
Aloha.